and I did an entire episode on, did Melissa kiss this guy? Literally, it's 1 hour on that. We deep dive. I really do have strong feelings about whether it happened or not, and I'm convinced that I'm right. But look, I don't want to ruin a life, so
okay, well,
go and listen to that episode.
Okay, well, I'm going to listen to that hot take, and let me tell you, that's a hot take. I can't believe what you're saying. I can't. And I mean, I know we have to go, but like, I need to tune into these because you are such a Bravo insider. And if you're leaning in that direction, see, I was going to say there's no way, but that would be,
you know what it is? If I didn't know every person involved in like where they are at nights and how they all hang out and fit together. And listen, the rumor is said to be started by Margaret's ex-friend. Like,
so juicy.
I've said this before. When it's so, I don't know, I guess if you want to make up a lie, think and you can make it up. I mean, people are diabolical. I just think when something is so specific, I don't know. It's such a specific.
I'm tuning in.
I don't know. Like if you're going to now try to like come up with something about someone, Sarah, I mean, like, what are you going to write 17 lies on a piece of paper and run them by me and your husband and say which of these is the most juicy? And I guess it's possible. People do that, but it's just so specific.
Here's my take. And then we'll, obviously people need to listen to you and Kim, but my take is, do I think that they're all close and maybe they were at a nightclub and, they've had they're drunk, they're high, is she like a little too maybe close or snuggly to him? And then it like, that's where it went. But I just, I don't know.
Again, I hope it's not true. And I hope Teresa's married forever. I really don't want, I have a problem with the Daily Mail article. I mean, that Melissa's like publicist, who's also best friends with this guy, puts out, and it says like, this one is not true. It's a planted article. I could call the Daily Mail and have them run something right now. And also I have a problem where it's like, we were shocked that someone would want to ruin someone's life like this. No, we're all talking about it because it's out there and it's like, no one wants to ruin anyone's life, but like at the same time, if it happened, I mean, that to me is like gaslighting. It's a form of gaslighting. Like you could say, look at all these disgusting bloggers and podcasters and all these people that are talking about it. Well, if it didn't happen, we wouldn't need to talk about it. That's my thing. So it's like, it's a little bit of gaslighting. Like it doesn't, does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with that? Let me just say before we go, in the past 2 weeks, icon Olivia Newton-John has passed away. Issey Miyake has passed away. Pete Davidson is in therapy because Kanye is posting that Skeet Davidson is dead at 28. If we didn't cover Bravo and everyone wanted a deep dive on everything else we talk about, although let me tell you, when you and I talk Wendy Williams, that gets a lot of that, like the numbers go up when we talk Wendy. I don't know if anyone wants to hear any of this, but there's a lot of stuff going on outside of Bravo. Pete Davidson is in therapy over this.
Well, maybe we should do a whole pop culture show like what you've missed, because there's been a lot of Wendy things coming out. There's a lot of Wendy stuff. Lots, with her ex-husband basically saying that the producers, the staff around Wendy knew she was an addict for a long time, completely enabled it, wouldn't get her help because they didn't want to lose the gravy train. Then there was that video of Wendy where she's supposedly talking about her boyfriend, the cop, that they're married. People say that's like not true. And, I think the saddest part, because you and I covered it pretty extensively, that Wendy is going to have a podcast. I don't think there's going to be a podcast. And if there is a podcast, it's not going to be good. I guess I wanted to believe that things were better for Wendy, but when you think about it, we're going on over a year. Wendy has been off the airwaves. We've moved on. Sherry Shepherd is getting that talk show. I mean, when you think about it, we're going on 2 years of no Wendy. That's
that long.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, but So,
and that's the thing, like, it's like I asked you, like, are we becoming internet trolls? Like, I mean, look, this is the job, and this is, we're covering it. And I really don't get off on people having bad things that happen in their life. It amuses me that, I mean, I don't even know if amuses is the right word. It shocks me that people have just such ups and downs in their life. This is why you're on reality TV. Like, this isn't how most people live. Like, oh, and speaking of which, and then we can go, I mean, someone asked me if like how I feel about this. Like, let me tell you something. There's no podcast out there that's starting, that exists, that could exist, that threatens me at all in any way, shape, or form. And that's power to the people. Everyone should take that advice, because no one's you, Sarah, and no one's, Jennifer from Iowa who's listening, and Josh from Kansas who's listening. So no one is doing what I do. No one comes up with the questions I do. No one's in my mind. I am not threatened by any podcast out there. So the one person who DM'd me, who asked me if I was nervous that, I can't even say this with a straight face, that Teresa Giudice and her ingredients is starting a podcast.
You're all set.
Listen,
I'll tell you right now.
Dina Lohan started a podcast with that Chanel Omari from Princesses of Long Island. And that lasted for like, I don't know how long. I gave it like 3 weeks. I think it lasted longer than that. You'd have to Google the exact amount of time. It's like, it's great to start a podcast, but let's see where we go with this. Right.
Yeah. It's so much more. Look, you're the king of it. There's so many more elements. And, I think that a lot of these housewife women are seeing the success of Tamra and Teddy. And, I think there's a lot of reasons that worked, or is working for now. But it's very, very hard to do. So, and, for that one that's really succeeding, and Bethany's, Bethany came on, she's doing well. There's a lot of them that have had them and they come and go and they don't go anywhere. So, look, you and I know podcast is hot right now. It's hot, 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 but to actually do it and make it successful. I mean, you work 24/7. So
you work 24/7. And I mean, as sloppy as, that other one is that you mentioned, it's different when you talk about housewives versus like Teresa's going to be talking about love and life and advice. You know what, girl? Yeah. If you are going to roll up your sleeves and watch season 1, like the Hills shit's working, Kristen Cavallari and that Audrina and Brody, one of them is doing Laguna. It's different. Like when you're Tori and Jenny from 90210, and you are literally like, nobody cares about me. I'm Jenny Gar from 90210. I'm going to watch the shows and recap and say, oh my God, I don't remember that horrible outfit. People want that. That's why those other 2 idiots that you mentioned, that's why it works. Well, one idiot and one, I don't know. Teresa talking about stuff other than New Jersey and talking about love and life and light. Good luck. I don't know who's going to listen to that. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but her sentences don't always make sense.
Makes sense. We'll see.
Where can everyone find you, Sarah? And listen, where can everyone can find me is at City Winery on September 13th. Buy your tickets, $25, $40 upgrade for the meet and greet. And you'll meet Kim D. Push me out of the picture. I don't fucking care. Tell me to shut up and come just for Kim. That's where you can find me. Go on.
I love you. At the Sarah Fraser Show. You can find me on TikTok. Follow me there. I do TikTok updates daily. Brand new Sarah Fraser Show, Monday through Friday, Apple, Spotify,